Van Dijk says they have to stick together. They've got the character and the belief. He was saying that to me this week when I went to the training ground to talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen teams losing 4 games before on the row and you think, wow, where is the next win going to come from? The confidence looks gone, they're playing awful, they can't score. I don't see that with Liverpool at the moment. You know, going away to Chelsea in the last game, lots of teams lose at Stamford Bridge and they lost them. With the last kick of the game, it was a 50-50 game. Today again, they played pretty well. I mean, they do look a little bit ragged at the back. Certainly in the first half, I thought they looked a bit stronger in the second half. The first half, they looked a little bit ragged at the back, but they're going forward and they're creating chances. As I mentioned earlier, they hit the post 2 or 3 times.
What about the chance at 2-1 for Cody Gakpo? I mean, most other days this goes in and we're having a different conversation, aren't we?
And that is football. That's okay. Creating chances, missing chances, that will always happen. The more chances you create, the more you're going to miss. So this is always going to happen. Yeah, it's a big miss. Yes, obviously, it might have been a game changer. Of course it would have. But as long as you're creating the chances, then Liverpool will be okay. And as I say, I don't look at Liverpool thinking, wow, this is a team that are really lacking in all kinds. I actually think quite the opposite. I actually think they played quite well today. And Manchester United, you know, did really well themselves. Full credit to Manchester United. So everybody will be hurt in the Liverpool dressing room. The fans will go home a little bit unhappy, let's say. But I still think they've got a lot to look forward to. And, you know, put it this way, when Arsenal are watching the Premier League results next week, again, they'll be thinking, hope Liverpool lose. They're still our big challengers. And that's the case.
Yeah, for me, I think with the Liverpool one, I think it's all good teams going to great teams. You're going to suffer at certain points. And it's how you get through that period and to turn into a really great team, to go back-to-back or back-to-back-to-back in terms of leagues. It's never smooth. You don't win every game. You go through patches and like Michael said, I think they're playing well enough to... We spoke about before the game, actually, about Virgil van Dijk seemed to be like, we'll be all right, we'll get through it, and he had that element of confidence. He obviously very disappointed speaking in the interview. We've just finished the game, but I think when the dust settles, I think they'll still take that. A bit of belief and confidence. But that's the challenge, to turn to be good to very good to great, to keep that. And it's a bit of a slightly new team and to evolve. I think you've got to have that riding out the tougher times. And I think they will. I think they're doing enough to get. But it is a test for them. It is a challenge for them.
Michael made a really good point, I thought, before the game, when he was talking about, as players, you lose 2 or 3 games, and when you're got that elite mindset, when you are the champions, when you are winners, it's easy for you to shrug it off and just think, we'll bounce back, we're too good to... And that's fine, that's all right. Other people from outside can think, oh, what's going wrong at Liverpool, what's going wrong? But inside, as long as you're still thinking, yeah, we're still playing well, it's just a little blip. Now, obviously, the longer it goes on, the more you could start doubting it and your confidence can start going, maybe. At the moment, I still think they're playing well enough and feeling well enough about themselves. Lots of fit players, lots of chances being created.
Lots of chances.
Exactly. I still think they'll come off the pitch today not having their confidence battered at all. I think they'll still be thinking, do you know what? We're playing well enough to win games. It's just not going our way at the moment. And that's really important, because once your confidence, once your self-belief starts going, then you can slide away. But I do think it's just a blip in their season. I think they're playing well enough for us not to think it's a crisis. And I think the stats today will show that.
And I also think the timing of the season, when you have that run or you have that blip, is massive. The finishing line's a long, long way away yet. So actually to have this blip, and I know, you know, to win the league now, you've got to win more games than probably I was fortunate enough to do back in the day. But I think as momentum goes, if this was February, March, and coming towards the end, you'd be like, there's a fragility there. I think there's more than enough time to put a run together before the end of the season. It just feels at the moment it's a bit of a run. But I think they'll get through it. I think there's plenty of time and there's plenty of football to go, and there's enough good signs for Liverpool to march on.
And talking of belief, what does it do to a United player to win at Anfield? As I mentioned to Matthijs de Ligt, only 3 teams have done that, you know, in a long time in the Premier League at Anfield.
I think it's probably bigger than we can all appreciate from an individual point of view as well, of each player going through it and feeling it. Experiences kind of set you up positive and negative, but to actually feel a big win like that at a time when they really needed it, to pull them together, to give them that confidence to think, actually, we can do this. It's hard to put kind of a gauge on how much that is, but individually and as a person and as a character, I think it gives you so much. It's what's happened next. It always is win, lose or draw, but I think that's a really, really big one today.
And especially when none of them really have done it before. I mean, I'm sure there's one or two players.
You could hear Harry Maguire, couldn't you? What it meant?
Exactly. This is a new experience for them, and they've not had much success as a team. I mean, talk about past teams winning titles and winning things like this. This could be as big a win as they've had as that squad, so it'll do wonders for their confidence.
Michaels, thank you very much indeed for your company today. So, the 217th meeting of the two most successful clubs in England for the first time since 2016 at Anfield went United's way. We'll see you soon.